Miracle Principles 37 and 38. Miracle Principle 37. A miracle is correction introduced into false thinking by me. It acts as a catalyst, breaking up erroneous perception and reorganizing it properly. This places you under the atonement principle, where perception is healed. Until this has occurred, knowledge of the divine order is impossible. Here we are again reminded that Jesus, as a manifestation of the Holy Spirit, is the one in charge of miracles. We are the ones who welcome them and accept them when they come, which really means to stay out of the way and let the correction in our thinking occur. It's helpful to remember that we are taught in the Course that the Holy Spirit is in our minds in a very literal way. So the correction in your thinking is very natural. You just need to be willing to take your ego agenda out of the equation. As stated in this principle, the miracle is a catalyst, breaking up erroneous perception, which is another way of saying your ego's interpretation of things. Through the miracle, you see things with the Holy Spirit, where anger turns into a call for love, and therefore love is the only real answer to any upset. In this principle, we are also again reminded that the only true correction to ego thoughts is our acceptance of the atonement principle, which is again that the idea that we never left our source. Through our acceptance of the atonement, our ego perception is healed. More specifically, the atonement reminds us that what we see through the ego's eyes isn't true. So in practical terms, when we find ourselves reacting to the state of the world, or the state of our relationships, or the state of our health, we are making what the ego made true. It's important to remember that we are not being asked to deny our bodily experiences, but we are being asked to see them with the Holy Spirit, who will help us see things lovingly. The Holy Spirit will very gently remind us of the truth, and we will, step by step, begin to wake up to the truth. Miracle Principle 38. The Holy Spirit is the mechanism of miracles. He recognizes both God's creations and your illusions. He separates the true from the false by his ability to perceive totally rather than selectively. In the Course, we are taught that the Holy Spirit is God's answer to the separation idea. Therefore, the Holy Spirit is the mechanism of miracles. The Holy Spirit, being able to see all things, past, present, and to come, is the only one who can judge correctly. The Holy Spirit's version of judgment is far different than our ego's version of judging. With the ego mind, we are always judging to make the illusion real in some manner. Our ego judgments always have us ending up as a victim of some sorts, and the ego is always trying to convince us through our judgments that we are a body. The ego's version of judging keeps us locked in this world. Yet the Holy Spirit's version of judgment simply sees things as either true or false. What is of the ego is false, and the Holy Spirit reminds us of this through the miracle. There are no exceptions to the Holy Spirit. Through the Holy Spirit's eyes, only God is true and nothing else is true. So what are we really reacting to when we react to this world? In the Course, it is described that we are as children having a nightmare. The Holy Spirit is like the loving parent who gently wakens the child by saying, "Shush, it's okay, it's just a dream." And slowly but surely, the child wakes up, opens their eyes, and remembers where they really are.